I wedded him since he resembles my father. He's extremely faithful, exceptionally empathetic. So interesting. An amazing person. Hitched life feels 1000% not the same as when we were dating. They have sources that are affirming that this is the explanation. It's not what you've been perusing on the web. It's been under 7 days since the sensation news about rapper Jeezy petitioning for legal separation from Jeannie shook the web, and fans have been attempting to sort out what might have potentially prompted their detachment. Indeed, it seems like we at long last know the response. What's more, folks prepare in light of the fact that it's distant from all that we had thought. So right when we believed that this section has been shut perpetually and we need to live with the way that perhaps of the most cherished and sound couple in the big time headed out in a different direction. Insiders brought us more succulent insights regarding the wild elements in Jeannie and Jeezy's relationship. Finding affection and finding what sound, strong connections can seem to be to significantly cultivate a family. That was something I won't ever see. Jeezy and his prospective ex, Jeannie, were allegedly not in total agreement when it came to specific things in their marriage. Obviously, the sweet time of dating was so very different than the wedded coexistence, and as one insider guaranteed, they had various perspectives and each felt like their necessities weren't totally met. In any case, such a clarification caused a commotion since the couple couldn't quit spouting about one another's benefits in their joint and separate meetings. Then, at that point, came the bits of gossip that Jeezy was determined to end this association since he had gotten Jeannie going behind his back with Access Hollywood host Mario Lopez. All in all, it could be only a wild hypothesis imagined by fans, however it's difficult to deny the science between these two and the looks Mario has been projecting on Jeannie. At the point when he was meeting her. I was coming in looking hot today. Jeannie never offered any hints of being discontent with Jeezy, yet fans started discussing her betrayal on Jeezy subsequent to seeing and re-emerged cuts how agreeable the couple's girl was around another man. Indeed, since the video was delivered 1 month before the separation sensation was dropped, it's currently profoundly hypothesized. Assuming Jeezy went up against Jeannie about conning in his separation recording, he completely expressed that they've been isolated. The marriage is hopelessly broken and there is no expectation for compromise. Furthermore, Jeezy requested a joint legitimate care of their girl, Monaco. Presently, this is only one side piece of the story, yet as insiders guarantee, it's not the finish of it. What's more, Monaco is really the justification for why the couple is separating. Obviously, truly, he's watching this, so I can't say I won't permit myself to give everything away. Presently, one source near the Atlanta rap hotshot and previous co-host of The Genuine doesn't have similar standards as Jeannie. As this individual said, the couple disagreed on specific family values and assumptions. On the off chance that you don't have the foggiest idea about the story behind Jeannie's legacy, let me spill some tea for you. As a migrant who got away from Vietnam to begin another life in Northern California, Maya's mother is still exceptionally pleased with their way of life, and she trained Jeannie to regard and adore her underlying foundations. Notwithstanding, it accompanied specific inconveniences. Also, as Jeannie once said, it's horrendous dating with Mother Maya. She is meddling. At the point when I was a youngster, she would be the first listening in on my calls. Hi. Who you call for, huh? Still today, every time my telephone goes off, we jump for itself and lose nails. Since she's the one hoping to see who I'm dating. Presently, it seems like Mom Maya expressed her opinion in this relationship too. Furthermore, evidently she colossally affected her girl, which might have been irritating for Jeezy to witness in light of the fact that eventually, Jeannie was an adult lady. Simply be 100% legitimate, mother, this is really great for yourself and me. Since you've never discussed this with anyone. Better believe it, clearly Mom May had her own vision of how to raise her granddaughter, Monaco. What's more, she was relentless of training this youthful child to be a genuine Vietnamese young lady. As Insider presently guarantees, Jeezy didn't have a say regarding this matter since Mother Maya was wherever with her standards and customs. It was very hostile for Jeezy that his little girl was getting particularly uneven schooling. My mother takes her. That isn't my child. It is my mom's child. It isn't mine. Eventually, Jeezy just felt overpowered by the whole circumstance, and I can absolutely figure out him. He needed to be completely remembered for the most common way of childhood, his girl. However, obviously with Mom Mai impact, he was unable to make it happen. So the main level-headed choice the rapper could do is to stop this show unequivocally and get isolated from the main wellspring of detestable in the family, regardless of whether it came at such a cost. Indeed, it was a tad of distrustfulness. Something commendable about Jeezy, he isn't attempting to get away from his obligation as a dad. Furthermore, truth be told, with this difficult choice, he's picking what's awesome for his youngster right now. In the wake of getting the extent of what's going on in the family, virtual entertainment clients expressed their help for the rapper. As one individual remarked, "I can't feel frustrated about Jeezy. This happens when you bounce into another person's way of life and wed inside the way of life without finding out about the way of life. This was an exercise in futility and cash." Also, another client added, "Can't fault Jeezy. I would have moved out too. An excessive amount to get back home to when I'm away. No harmony in the realm. What other place could I get my tranquility?" As indicated by the tales, Jeezy is finished with this show, and, surprisingly, his adoration for Jeannie can't change this. Notwithstanding, as it was uncovered, Jeannie is as yet expecting compromise in hopes to win this fight by reminding Jeezy that her way of life and regard for protective figure is something the rapper needs to manage. With Jeezy, he's a decent father and, he has 2 different kids. So together we're an immense family as of now. Presently, how about we find out what this incredible fight will bring on the grounds that, as Jenny has forever been vocal about the immense impact of senior relatives in her way of life, and Jay-Z needed to really make sense of the way that Vietnamese come in bundle, as she said, in the security of her mother. She's there forever. Be that as it may, despite the fact that it's difficult to date with my mother around, I'm so appreciative for it on the grounds that the individual who can't take Mom Mai isn't the individual to take me. You understand what I'm talking about? Like in Asian culture, you must be down with the family. Since Mom Mai will keep on assuming a part in grandmother's life, it cast an uncertainty on the conceivable compromise of Gigi and Janae's relationship. Also, I don't have the foggiest idea how the television have is wanting to pursue both these objectives, attempting to satisfy her mother and keep her better half in her life. My mother she has an extremely impressive power and she assumed control over a ton of choices in the family. Toward the start of her union with Jay-Z, Jeannie admitted that she believed him should leave the family story since she was worn out on playing a resilient lady constantly. Marley made sense of that. She likewise wanted to take to a greater degree a compliant job in the wake of evaluating her folks' marriage, which finished in separate. She said she would be down with Jay-Z settling on significant choices with regards to their common life. Furthermore, clearly she totally forgot of how persuasive her own mother could be. This is the very thing that I care about, you and me. Nothing can at any point interfere with us.